you so much for your patience tonight. I'm so grateful. It's so good to see most of you. I can't really see the ones in the back. It's all dark. Yeah. And everything is fucked up. All right.
Hallelujah, brother.
Hallelujah. I will fix that in a second. All right. So, guess what time it is? It's the off season. All of you are the most hardcore people ever. You made it out. Despite the rain.
Hardcore.
Despite it all. You know, and the leaves are dying. It's getting cold out. This is nothing. It's not even in the negatives yet. You can smell wood smoke when you go down the streets. There's shadow people. You know, you go in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time, you're going to see someone walk into a wall and you're not going to know where they went. We're poets! October has arrived at Page 2 Poetry at the Cush Cafe.
Alright.
I'm your host and demented overlord, James Otter. I welcome all of you to the best in the underground. In an ever-chaotic world, a sanctuary for the creative spirit. Can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Awesome, fuck yeah. We are writers. We are artists. And also, could someone turn the pool light back on?
Oh, whoops.
Oh, that's fine. I appreciate that. There we go. Hello, people in the back. We are the unknown makers. Practicing our art. Bringing our best. Plowing through our fears. Working through the hard times. Some of us are reading. Others observe. And we are all part of this. Can I get another fuck yeah?
Fuck yeah!
Fucking yay!
Fucking yay!
I like that. That's good.
Fuck yay!
So I got this is my obligatory Halloween update. As many of you know, at the end of the month, it's Halloween and it's the Serial Killer's Ball. And I gotta say, those donations, man, I got pretty much everything I needed. I don't need to ask for anything else. You know, there's only 2 more things I gotta get. And I can get that with my own. Pumpkins and fog juice. Otherwise, everything else is in order. Next week, there's going to be an early event. That's the pumpkin carving. We're going to provide pumpkins and stencils and their tools to destroy and maim those pumpkins into your favorite, you know, stencil. It's going to be fucking awesome. And it'll be a few hours before the show, and it'll end around when the show starts. So yeah, check that out. Anybody here want to carve some fucking pumpkins?
Yes!
Fuck yeah, good. Good to know. Alright, so here's the rules. Tonight, since it's a weird night, you get 10 minutes to perform anything. And I mean anything. Number 2, you know, no personal attacks on poets, audience, you know. This includes, you know, fucking hate speech. You know, if anyone thinks that's okay, you know, why are you here? You fucking trolls. Alright, number 3, give credit where credit is due. Woo! Nobody likes people stealing their work. And the 4th and final rule, kill. I mean, turn your cell phones to kill. Turn your cell phones off. You just gotta kill them. Kill them all.
Kilroy?
Yes. Now, turn your cell phones the fuck off or on silent. With all that said and done, by getting on this stage, you consent to be filmed. And if that bothers you, well, shit. I can't help you. Alright. I got a few options for poems. So I'll just take a vote, if that's alright with everyone.
Yeah!
Alright, so I got one about a guy who does clear cutting. Fucking fucked up story about a dude who cuts down trees. I got a story about a guy who goes crazy in a log cabin. And then I have a personal poem.
Log cabin! Yeah!
Alright,
Personal!
okay, Yeah, man.
Log
I
cabin's
like
the
to
best.
do things
Pancake
like
syrup.
full-assed sometimes. All right, it's called Vacation Gone Wrong. Let me do something first. So you can see if it works. If it didn't work, fuck it. Fuck it. You know, that's tonight's philosophy. If it doesn't work, don't mess with it. All right, Vacation Gone Wrong. Rent a cabin. Picture versus experience. The picture made this place pristine. A gorgeous view of the lake, 2 bedrooms, clean floor, woodcuts on the wall, all quality, all welcoming, full 30-day warranty, insurance covered, home away from home. Reality, 7 bedrooms, more than planned, a flooded basement with doors leading deeper beneath the lake, no toilet, no plumbing, no furnishings, barren rooms, some without windows or doors. Sheds for guests, open season, hunting is allowed, encouraged. Bear season, don't leave out any scraps. Something found its way in, broke glass and climbed into the basement, splashing around lost. The intruder became disoriented, screaming for help. This happened 3 nights into a month-long vacation. Couldn't sleep, waiting for my friends to arrive, so excited. In the middle of the night, Jeep rolls into the lake. Down the boat launch, I see it. Humanoid claw marks in the mud, a circle of toes. Around the house 7 times, 4 other people. Locked myself in. Here is a cave. I live in my cave. Keep out. Stomach growls wearily. Haven't eaten a solid meal. My family is dead. Didn't come with me. Pretend mental workout. It's good to stretch. Dislocate. Physical pain swallows sadness. Forgotten faces. Past life reverberations. Fogged up windows. The frost is coming in. At night, I consider getting my feet wet. Leaving my boots on and sinking. The lake is starting to freeze. The seasons don't apply here. It's July. It's September. It's been longer than a month. I can taste gelatin on the roof of my mouth. It's flavorless. I took a pill. Found it in the cabinet. Must be for my head. The 7 rooms are different now. I woke up to another window, facing the trees. The lake is deep velvet. I want to jump in and feel its shallows. My parents never died. Stepmom didn't kill herself. Dad never beat me. Brother didn't die in a drunk driving accident. Sister wasn't found in a hotel room sewn inside a mattress. All of them are alive. I am the black sheep. Mad from years of going ignored. Enraged with jealousy. I have a romantic taboo relationship with the occult. I talk to witches and summon demons. I seek cursed spaces, and they seek me too. This cabin is nothing. I have fallen down ice-slick castle steps. I cracked my head open more times than I can count. I don't see dead people. I see the ignored living. Specters cry out for me to notice. The cabin is small now. Just 1 window now. 3 doors now. It was built by interdimensional carpenters. I can tell by the glowing signature on the ceiling. It appears some nights. I don't contribute to the world enough. I am taking and talking and taking and talking and winning. Nobody wants friends more than me. Alone in my head. Tiny men with see-through skin clean my bathroom. They watch me. It makes my hair stand on end, and it makes my legs fall off. I see more of the world than rich travelers. I know what it's like to bleed mud. Cold mud. It's the dirt on the inside that makes us human. We came from clay in this cabin. It's the perfect getaway. Safer than most big city alleyways. Mysterious and awe-inspiring. My pictures are real. It's not in my head. Adjust your eyes. There are real places that split between truth and lies. Cabins that make us question our own fantasy. I prefer these places. And if you had any sense, you would too. The human world is too clinical, too extreme, too known. I give it up. I give in. I give in. Give in. I believe the next person is Jules.
Come on, Jules.
Yes.
Microphone work tonight?
Hello, it does work.
Somebody give the guy a hand of applause.
I have something special for you tonight.
All right.
This is a song cycle by Gustav Mahler called Kindertotenlieder in German. It is a song cycle of 5 songs. These are art songs presented in concert. And I'm doing something that's never been done before. Translating these poems into singable poetic English. In other words, each syllable, each word has a note. And I'm going to try to get the orchestra to, the Eugene Orchestra to perform this with my translation. And I will be giving a dramatic reading today of Kindertotenlieder, which means, hold your breath, songs on the death of children. Music by Gustav Mahler, lyrics by Friedrich Ruckert, singable poetic translation by G. Julian Walker. Number 1, how can the sun be rising bright? How can the sun be rising bright as though, anything, no, nothing had happened through the night? Misfortune befell, just me alone. The sun shines for everyone and all the living who are still known. You must not let sorrow enshroud your life sight, so we immerse it in light, expanding, enlightening, eternal light. A sacred lamp went out in my sad home. Hail! Hail to the friendly light, the life-giving light of the world. Number 2, now I know why dark flames flared. Now I know why dark flames, as from a tower, leaped out at me as if a fire's last chance. Oh, eyes bright. Oh, eyes bright. It was as if, in a single glance, you were concentrating all your power. How could I know when strange mists circled round you? Illusion woven by the hand of fate knew that your life's light was preparing for flight. Up there, to where the source of all light shines through. With a pathetic look, your glare said softly, we would love to stay with you, but nay, it is our fate to journey repeatedly. Look fondly now, for soon I'll be on my way, and what looks like eyes in this mundane world will turn from daylight to midnight. Then there will be stars far away. When your mother dear comes in your room here, I turn to greet you, face to see you. My vision falls short, so I broaden forth, closer to the window, where light on the threshold will glow. There, oh there, is where your face used to be. With your face all aglow, happily laughing, we both entered here, as we still do, my daughter dear. When your mother dear Through the doorway here comes with candle flickering. Then it seems, as always, you still will tiptoe just before I know. Together, as always, oh you, part of your father and me. Oh, too quickly. Oh, too quickly. Your joyous light went out. Here's a little masterpiece here, number 4. I often think they are just out hiking. Just remember, this is in Germany, near the Swiss Alps, where people go hiking in the mountains. It's often, I think, they're just out hiking, up high in the mountains, and will be soon returning. This bright day is lovely. Don't be afraid. They only have stopped to rest in shade. Oh yes, they are just up there hiking, and will be very soon back home again, returning. Don't be afraid. The view has lofty sights. They only want to climb up those lofty heights. They just went out before us, hiking, and will not come home again till we join them exploring. We should go and join them on those cloudy heights, where sunshine is pure and bright. Oh, the sky is lovely on those lofty heights. And finally, number 5 in 5 parts. A. In this bad weather, in this foul storm, I never would send them, the children, let out. They must get permission to go out. I can't say a thing now about it. B. In this wild weather, this stormy night, I never would let them, the children, go out. I'd be afraid they would sicken. It was a dark premonition. C. In this foul weather, this tempest strange, I never would let my children go out. I'd fear they'd be dead by morning, and now I'm left with my mourning. D. In this grim weather, in darkest doubt, I'd never agree to letting children go out. They left without my permission. I could say nothing about it. E. On this sad morning, through darkest clouds, the sun breaks out. They rest, as if in their mother's house, where storms no longer touch them, for God's own hands protects them. They rest, as in their mother's arms, as on their mother's breast.
Something about those hills, the South Hills. You know, it's like they're calling out to me. I just feel it, you know? Nature. Yeah, those are beautiful. What's the name of that last one?
In this foul weather.
In this foul weather. I don't hear the word foul enough. I love it. Fucking awesome! Alright, next up, Robert Mead.
Oh!
Look at her, they're so perfectly. How do I show her what she means to me? I wanna catch that smile in every breath I breathe, to know how it feels with both her eyes on me. Every night when the sun is coming down and she's around, when she speaks, her lips move eloquently. I want so bad to touch them. I know she ain't ready, so I follow her back and forth across Main Street. I know she's got some boyfriends, but it don't bother me none. 'Cause every night when the sun is coming down, she's around. Ooh. I'm gonna give her all I got to give. A lovely home, couple of kids, but she's gotta be quick. She's got to be cool. She's got to understand it. Oh, what a man is here to do. 'Cause every single night, every day she's on night. Something's gonna feel that right. Oh, what fool ever said that true love was so hard to find? Outside your door, 1 in the morning, ignoring all the warning signs. My hands lose feeling, my heart gets beating, with your lips so close to mine. When I'm near you, you know I realize the world through your eyes. So tonight, when you run inside, won't you think of me? Stepping out in the open, no more distractions to hide behind. The world turns slowly, it's you and I only. Eye to eye, yeah. When I'm near you, you know I realize Satellite dreamland. Oh, now I'm near you. You know, I realize the world through your eyes. So tonight when you run and you hide, won't you dream of mine? Dream of mine. Thank you.
That was fucking awesome.
You got CDs?
Not on me.
I do.
That's cool. I don't know, I'm all about people promoting their music. Yeah, this is a great night, you know? I was all like blue. I thought I'd be just by myself. I don't know. Something about this beautiful stage. It just... Did I tell the last person?
They don't have a machine.
I did. Andrew Gonzalez. Happy behind the scenes.
This poem is for my good friend Karen, who some of you folks know. And, well, she's Karen. That's how it goes. Tote another bowl with the purple-haired mad woman I did, sitting in a chair as she unloaded neurotic, psychotic, bipolar, schizophrenic. She's got a host of formal diagnoses and fights to breathe above them. The thoughts come tumbling in streams, teeming with memes, ping, ping, pong, arguing, struggling, the head in the hands trying to soothe a mind that cannot be massaged to be made smooth, but can only look to try to see a way through, like a diamond that cuts true and asks, where are you? Right now, literally, and what is going on with the body? The head has been traveling, unraveling heaven and hell like nightmares and dreams unfurling from arthritic wrists. You are here, but you went somewhere, which is fine when it's benign, but you gotta have a way back when maps crack and facts lack the right knack to come to answer the question, where are you literally in your body, and what is actually going on? She looks up, smiles, and boogies in the sun on the lawn. There are levels and degrees of too far gone. On some of them, the view is bright and clear and serene. opens up like a warp in space, and there the grace to live with one's afflictions peeks through. Dancing on the lawn, the dawn can't help but dawn on you. Dreamer awakes when the head feels the feet.
I don't care in students all these days.
Good sign.
Miss
H-U-O.
H2O UFO.
UFO.
Alright. We love Beck.
Come on, Beck.
No, the stool is for decoration only. Okay.
Alright, I just have one tonight.
Yeah, that's on. I'll turn it back up. Because he was yelling.
Alright, or I can
And like,
I'm loud.
he was yelling, and like, if I, like last time, someone was yelling into the mic and I was filming, it came out like, it sucked. Alright, I'll turn that up for you though.
Go right ahead.
Alright. This is called Lilith in Pisces, because my Lilith is in Pisces, so it's kind of inspired by that. Whisper the spell along my breasts. Unravel pentacle. Unbind my chest. Circle round me in the sand 7 times with sage. Relinquish Lilith. Unveil and raise. Siren of my murky depths. Dive into her raging waves. Release me, beastly Gorgon unkept. My frothing cup you desperately desire, yet equally dread and fear. I'll serenade you to my caves, my magic brews down here. This altar of shipwrecks we consummate and revive. You tried to match my jagged, stormy gaze, hooked your canines through my cutting, scaly thighs. We did not resurface for days. Drowned by orgasms, saltwater diluted, ink, blood, and lust. Escape to me in ocean's darkness. Let the mortals turn to dust.
Come back. Come back.
Don't tell me what not to do. I make my own rules. Well, I make reasonable rules that help everyone. You know, I've been thinking about the name Lilith a lot. And I like it a lot. It's a great name. I like names that kind of end with like TH. Meredith, Lilith, or like Gareth. Gareth is a name. It's a cool name. I don't know. I feel so spoiled here. I really do. That's fucking awesome. Ah, God. You guys are great. All of you. All of you are amazing. You all have nice places in my heart. No, I mean where you live. Alright, next up we got Raven.
Yeah, Raven!
I was going to read something tonight, but I decided not to. There's something that I've been kind of thinking about doing, and it's just freelancing here. So there's 2 beings. You're waking up. It's pitch black in your room. It's in the morning early, before the sun's coming up. And as you're waking up, you see these two beings. They're about 8 foot tall. They're kind of leaning through the wall. It's as if there's a light far away up above that's shining down. And you can just barely make out the tone of their skin and the facial features. They have like this almost white, blondish hair. It's combed back. Their eyes, their pupils are lit like a light bulb, really bright. They both look identical. They're genderless. It scares the shit out of you, and you just sit up in your bed and you're like, oh my God, what the hell? And they're gone. Immediately you think maybe they're demons, and you think something's wrong, but they're not. Later you realize they're not demons, they're not angels, they're like scientists. They understand things in ways that we cannot imagine. In a sense, they can be considered angels or demons by many people, many races, many cultures throughout history. And they're very powerful. They can control things and do things in ways that we can't even understand. They know what we're going to do before we do it. They don't speak to me. Not like words like how you doing or do this or do that. I don't hear them in my head like a thought. I just know them. It's as if you just know what they want, their intentions. They follow me. They appear from time to time. The reality, the dimensions, the physical world here has no boundaries to them. They can move and go and do what they want, whenever they want, however they want. And they're not bound to the physical realm here. When they appear, they have a purpose. When you see them, they have a purpose. They're very powerful. It's as if they're doing the governing of the universe and the laws and everything that's meant to be. As if they're guiding us as a species, as a planet, as an existence, to reach a goal for some reason. They can affect the outcome of your path when you don't even know it. I'm losing train of thought. There's been times where I've been emotionally compromised in situations. They're not happy. They don't get angry. They don't laugh. They're not like jumping for joy. You just know that they're not pleased with something. As if they don't want that. They don't want you there. There's been times where I've been emotionally compromised that they've shown up. There's been times when I've gone to a church and they've shown up and I know that I'm not supposed to be there. There's been times they've affected the outcome of my path in a way that's directed me where I am now. And it's in ways that it's just really bizarre. I just like, what? And I knew that they were involved in that. I don't know, they don't have a name. There is no name I can give them. They're not related, but they look alike. I believe I'm a spark. I'm a two-spirit. I come from a realm unlike this one. A realm where beings exist in a state other than physical. They don't speak to one another. They exist in a way as if you can think of just pure energy. I came here, I remember being born. I was warm, then I was cold. There was bright light. I couldn't see anything, as if my eyes were closed. I can hear sounds as if there was muffled voices in the next room. I felt the weight of my body as if it was placed on something. And then eventually I felt warm. The next memory I had was in my crib as a newborn. I remember feeling warm and hot and crying. I woke up crying. The next thing I remember is a face. I didn't know what that face, who it was, but my brother is 12 years older than me, and it was my brother. I remember seeing his face multiple times, and the room and everything, him and everything around wasn't full color. It was as if it was washed out, almost black and white, like a black and white TV. My brother checked on me regularly. I rarely saw my mother. I was an unwanted pregnancy. I was born sick, and I had problems as a baby. The next memory I remember, I have vague memories, but the one that's the most vivid is when I'm in my playpen and I have to grab the bars to stand up. And I can see my mother and her mother in the kitchen. And I remember seeing her and longing for her and crying for her and yelling for her. And eventually she comes and picks me up and holds me up and looks at me. And I remember feeling joy when I saw her face, just pure joy and happiness. As time goes on, I start to realize I'm not me in a way that they want me to be. I start to gravitate towards things. I start to feel different, and apparently that's not fitting the mold of what I'm supposed to be. I feel I have to hide myself. My family falls apart by the time I'm 6 years old. I've been molested by my brother. He goes off to Vietnam. My sister eventually leaves home, who's 9 years older than me, and I'm an only child. My life falls apart, and eventually it became so chaotic that I felt I had to get away. And at the age of 16, I joined the military under the delayed entry program and went to basic. Then eventually I went to airborne school at 17 on active duty. And I served until I was 22 or 23, was discharged, and suffered greatly after that. My dysphoria had surfaced. I had become a denial of myself based on the programming of the society, of the environment, of the religion, of the patriarchy, and every goddamn thing that existed that said I was wrong for who I am as a two-spirit being, a celestial from a place beyond anything you can imagine that exists in this reality, in this dimensional state. It wasn't until later in my life when I tried to kill myself and ended up in a coma, when I came out of it, that I saw the rift between this dimension and the one I came from. And I could see those people there, not people, but beings. And I want to go home. I want to go back to where I came from. But my job is to stay here and live this out, however miserable or happy it may be in the moment. And someday this flesh is going to stop breathing, and I will be released, and I will be able to go home. And if it's such a place exists as if I believe it, I'll be able to decide whether or not I want to come back.
just come up with that?
No, that's been in me for.
I mean, like memorize?
No, I wasn't memorized.
Oh, wow. So, yeah.
Video now.
Well, it is on video now. God, chills. Anyone else here get chills?
Yeah.
I thought so. Like, I am surrounded by brilliant people. It's great, you know, it feels good. But then I have to leave, and it's like, what happened? Where'd they go? Why am I judging everyone? I'm being so dumb. What's this deal with this? Oh yeah, there's an announcement I need to make. Hey, anyone here driving a white pickup truck?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta move that.
Okay.
Yeah. This says it's blocking the gate, and we don't want to piss off our neighbors. Not yet. No, not ever. Never. Anyway, I'm not... So, the next person, I'm not sure who it was. They signed up while I was gone. Kelsey, come on up here.
Yay.
Kelsey!
First time here, I take it.
Second.
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 I was here a few months ago. This is a very loud stool.
There are more quiet stools, if you like.
All those stools.
Okay, take it away.
Thanks. I'm gonna do an older one, and it goes like this. There are some things we learned while we were still in our mother's womb. Like learning to braid the hair of our sisters. To cook foods that heal and to write thank you notes after holidays and birthdays. And to feel like this world is attainable and familiar, and maybe you've been here before. But out here, in the world, we learned the big lessons, like everyone you know deserves so much more. That human touch is beautiful and addictive, that honesty and eye contact are liberating, and that love can be a friction. When expectations take hold and you try to fill a hole and define what softness should look like. What I should look like when I gaze up at you. When you're inside of me, 27 years old, and I still confuse the two, love and sex. Or maybe I'm not convinced that they need to be different. Maybe I'm wrong about that too, but laying there with someone sweet feels less like an object of pleasure and more like a divine grace, and that's a piece that I don't like to leave. It's this space we find in the silent places when we first wake up. Pure thoughts we grasp to, and nothing else tries to make its way in with peering eyes and greasy fingers. It's this bliss I feel. Without the negative thoughts that linger too long when I haven't done something real nice for myself in a while. See, when I neglect myself, I start to take it out on those around me, and I don't think I'm alone in this. But friends, the times we need it the most, we are always the hardest to love, and I want you to know that your ghosts don't scare me. I see my demons in you too. And I think my demons love yours. So let's get them naked. Let's let them hold hands. Be honest, be true, and get to know each other for a little while, because this one we learned in the womb. This one I wrote today, so I don't really know it yet. But while I was writing it, I kept thinking of this idea of when you're writing, sometimes you need to kill your darlings. So you start out writing something and you have this idea and maybe you have this line that you love and you're just like, oh, this is such gold, and then you keep writing and then all of a sudden your gold kind of turns to shit and you're like, man, I gotta let go of that one. Gotta kill your darling. So that happened with this, and I appreciate the mutation. Frida Kahlo said, take a lover who looks at you like you maybe are made of magic. I've always wanted that. It doesn't seem like it's going to happen though, because you recently compared the way I talk about love to the way that you talk about death. And I laughed, because it's true. I wear my fear on my sleeve like you wear your heart on yours, always accessible yet easily hidden. And I've been trying to wash my wrists of it for years now, but at this point I think I need a little help. I need you to take my hand and lick me clean from the fingertips to the elbows, and I need some sort of black and white love, like the old Hitchcock films type of love, like the yin and yang and black ink scrawled on white walls saying, I will burn this fucking house to the ground, I love you so much kind of love magic. I need you to pound on my breastbone and scream into the little spaces between my ribs, crying, let me in. Show me how you want to crawl inside that fucked up cavern and kiss it all the way from the inside out. I want you to visit the loudest corner of my anxious mind and lay down a pillow to sleep, because to you it is simply quiet and full of crickets. Set loose your tiny paper boats into the stream of my veins. I will try to calm my rapids for you. I will try to find a still pool for them to live. I will try to keep that closet full of bodies closed, but when I can't anymore, and when all the glaciers behind that door melt and all the broken bodies come pouring out onto my bedroom floor, sit there with me. Help me dry their hair. Put them in silk dresses, the kind you can't be sad in. Tell me how beautiful they look. Tell me how their pruned blue skin and demon eyes are the most inspiring things you've ever seen. Tell me the pain I hold in these carcasses are the things that the great American novels are written about. And tell me you will take my dead bodies by the hand and teach them how to walk again, because when I talk about love, I cannot talk about death anymore.
So, the slam season has started again. Which means, as Cush poets could, or, maybe should check out, maybe. God, it's like I just caught on fire. I've just been, like, everyone's on fire, and I'm just going near them, and just catching on fire. It sucks. Like, you see this is all red. All fucking red when I bought it. Now look at it. Thanks a lot, you talented people. That's fucking awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Next up is Savannah.
Fuck yeah!
I'm talking to a short mic.
We're still on being fired.
What?
There's a dog.
Oh, good! Woo! All right.
Whoa! See, I'm not doing my job. All right.
I just have one new one this week. Frolicking into fall like I'm not the same person I stumbled into summer, as if laws of circular inertia have been stuck on replay. Do you believe that you, your very own self, can hold God in your own palm? Peering into the crystal ball, perspective of an all-seeing eye, omnipotence. Clarity will only materialize in the sacrifice of security, taking flight in freedoms and the strength required in removing the weight from one's own shoulder, sinking into the mystic's reasons of the season, bicycling through the foliage of fall's magnificent colors. I am mesmerized as a single oak leaf flits and flutters in centripetal motion onto the ground. It's time again to shed the skins of purposes that which no longer serve proper growth.
Man. Oh, God. You know, it'd be so fun to like try and like summon something. Like I feel like I got the right people. I'm like surrounded by mages. Mages. God, that'd be so fun. Who's down? You know? I mean, let's do it inside a church. Show them what's up. Okay. Okay. Man, this is a great night. God, it's so weird. Okay, we got a brand new performer. Introducing Rom.
Yeah!
What do you want to do?
That's probably good.
Okay. Here, there we go. All right,
Thanks.
take it away.
So I don't really know anything about poetry, but I had this crazy dream last night, and I thought it was worth journaling. Been having a lot of these time travel dreams, but this one is pretty crazy to me, so I wrote it down. I sit back, resting on my own tombstone. I told them I didn't want my body here, but who's them anyway? I've been alone for centuries, no one remembers me now. I look past the rows of headstones to the largest tree in front of me. It is dead, limbs sagging, aching, cracked, dead bark, peels off and falls, entropy draining the last of its once vibrant figure. My eyes focus on the very tip of the largest branch, which protrudes towards me, calling me out, whispering my name with the gentle interaction between her ancient skin and the breath of the valley. On the tip of her withered, outstretched limb, I see a single bright green bud sprout forth and open its leaves like a baby freed from its swaddle. This image of new life lights up my eyes and my heart. As if triggered by my new light, a cloud of light descends and takes shape on the branch. It is the form of a human with great wings and skin like sun shining through the clouds. Eyes filled with desire, I want to capture it. I realized I had a camera in my hands and wondered if I had been waiting for this and how long I had been waiting. I pointed the lens at the creature of light and mist and pressed capture. When I did, the clouds the creature wore were forced to the earth, revealing the body of stone and a face of pure hatred. Glowering at me, it bared its stone-colored fangs. I looked at the picture still laying on my own tombstone. I didn't want to move. I just didn't feel scared. As I put the camera down, I watched the dispersed clouds collect around the creature again. Once again, captivated by its beauty, I wanted to capture its light. I pointed the camera at it once more and pressed capture. The effect was the same. I repeated this insanity 7 times. On the seventh picture, its cladding of clouds and light were made slower to return. As they did return, they were more patchy and gray. It did not want to wear them anymore. Standing on the branch, he stood staring at me as he grabbed the patches of clouds and threw them to the ground. It spread its wings and began to beat them slowly. The wind directed towards me was so intense it nearly drove me into my grave. I knew I should flee, but as much fear as my mind knew I should feel, my body was calm. I rise to my feet without effort, setting the camera on my stone. The pictures in my head were the ones I really wanted. I turned to my left to run, but I moved above the ground, accelerating away. In a flash of darkness, I am in a comfortable living room, and there's a fire burning with a few lamps on the perimeter of the room. Outside is pitch black. I feel safe, but I remember the horror I just escaped. That's it.
all about. I think it's a great idea to write down our dreams. Period. So I have this technique that I will share with all of you. That is mine. So you can't say you made it up, because I made it up. All right. I call it dream storming. And basically, it's a type of lucid dreaming you do to get rid of writer's block. Because I have a sleep problem. I wake up randomly, and then I go back to sleep, and I fall into REM sleep really fast. So, like, sometimes I remember 3 or 4 different dreams. Yeah, see, now you know. And I recommend it. I recommend trying it. At least when you wake up, try and write down your dreams. Even if you're half asleep and your eyes aren't quite open yet, just go straight for it. Fucking hell. Dreams are strange. Dreams are the movies that play in your head every night when you sleep in your bed. All right. So we got 2 performers left, and then I'm going to read a bonus poem. One of those 2 is Anna.
Come on, Anna!
Thank you. How you doing? Good. Alright. Well then. So, we're gonna kind of zigzag around, kind of like that. That's just what comes out sometimes. So I wrote this one today. To be millennial is beyond state of mind. Snacks has become an inflicted identity that seems to be always lost in canyons, river valleys, never to be seen again. Unless floating upside down in a capitalistic consumer commercial land where everything and one has a price tag. Damn the man. Her name's Stan. Standing within a stand of trees, taking a stand for free things from a rich student's cardboard box, just awaiting a home, finally undulates right back to how we feel, sense, overall experience time in this 21st century space. Give me some FaceTime. If reality exists without a land, a handheld screen reflecting fears, ambiance, beauty, survival now. In general, it's maniacal to be a millennial. Yeah, it's also kind of just feels like you're just like keep on doing your best, and like your best is never as good as the rest, and like you're just like the top, and you're like, I'm not the top because I can't be the top, I am the top because fuck yeah, fuck yeah,
Fuck yeah!
Thank you. Okay. And October 10th, because I added something to it. That's why. Okay. Doing good. Repeating. This is what's repeating. Repeating. Reclusive bed dwelling, not brushing teeth. Infection spreads internally, seeping outwards eventually as habits. Looking downwards, men piling up, women pulling perimeter, passions flying out the windows, distracted thoughts, colorful things, pretty patterns, sex, semicolon, happening too fast or never enough, plenty of perfection keeps satisfaction at bay. I want to lead, but timid to reach out. Phone never making noises at the right time. Sleep hasn't hit though I've been undercover, missing my alarms. Carrying past demons of day to day after day, night to midnight. One drink can't cut it. Sings better timings. Cleanse me thoroughly or else. Bratty braids, brother. Ethereal pestering ghouls. Don't touch me, squeeze me. Tell me what I gotta do and let me do it with you. I'm still learning here. Alright, you. Repeat the question. without the names of my journal, diary, whatever you call it. Okay. Emotions are complicatingly simple, as in you feel it as honest as one feeling or experience, a bland dullness of hodgepodge overlapping crud. Today, I'm fluctuating in between sleepiness, introversion, and sexual frustration. Through tunnels, holding breath, and breathing in scattered sun, twinkling fall leaves of big leaf maple, filling out this maturing forest as I wonder if I should hawk cars to someone else, like, who's actually going back to LV? No one's, la la la. It irks me to see friends struggling and lacking skills, space, time, commitment, and bravery to overcome broken hearts. Hurts me to be involved. Hard to explain what's going on inside. Hard, salty, ocean saltiness. I feel smothered. The mix of smothering. Trust your imagination. Oh, you want to hear about this one?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Today I leapt into a portal. How I realized the fear of love. Dared a shamanic journey, and my first time tonight. That sounds like, yeah, my first time shamanic journey is like drumming and everything is great. It's kind of like my first. From a sit spot in Topanga, overlooking the canyon, divots battered with brush and swimming a watery post, I leapt and frogged that little and grabbed onto that little Anna's hummingbird who led me to and fro. I'm out of these multi-worlds, dimensions, universes to discover more about less. How I just wish that I was open to give more hugs to folks I like. Just scared of pretty blonde girls, my competition. Anyway, the yurt held us in Gaia's womb, drumming and rattling, calling in directions like, but not indigenous folk, old white hippies, and then some regularly gathering. I felt rediscovered in some way, and definitely at least misunderstood and naive, but happy. I'm starting now. The places we go, ultimate, internally. How to recall this orbit. Woo. That's the thing. A little more time?
Let's see. I think so.
Yeah,
You
time.
got
What is
3
time?
minutes.
Woo! 3 minutes. Oh no. But it's gonna take my time. iPhones. Go figure. Okay, I'm just gonna splabble this one. Don't be scared. Like a yawn comes and goes, preparing for chilly autumn hibernations or hallucinations, whatever and wherever it dreams. The nightmares occur, for we wonder if there is any true separation between anything, really, or is the universe all connected? And what would that do for humanity's forest of urbanites contemplating about dreaming, finances, fluid, fortitude, whatever word means nowadays? For free writing is where it's at, wherever change chooses or uncontrollably happens to alter state of being reflected, for my mind cannot care aught. Sleep for the cycles of self-reflecting, to self-loathing, to self-criticism keeps me up at night, jolting down scribbles to soothe inner child who is scared to sleep alone with no real space, to develop homeostasis within or conquer dark hallways and midnight pea puddles, for this is true and brave, not embarrassingly nor imagined. My friends, I am still afraid of the dark. But today I wandered the darkest trails into the blinding light just for a well-anticipated package that kept me cruising. Along with memory muscles brought me forward, each miraculous step, laughing at my grave dumb self on a new moon. Evening and tensions rampant. Friends figuring out how to forage, for we'll be okay. Just eventually some good habits might stick, 'cause shit, the bad ones begin to feel too good. They feel bad again. But being truly good is too hard. It feels bad. So these are the inner dimensions of this little self. As I am actually little or petite, for these words exist in comparison vocabulary. My vernacular has never been the same since I learned through teasing my height as abnormal, and it's frightening being pointed at for being different in myself. But what are we to do if being ourselves just isn't valuable enough? So buying into alterations and status boosting jobs and relationships feel better than being a wallflower. But worse when teddy bears, since when great grandma was alive, looks in your beady eyes and recognizes them as your own plastic reflection about energy, blah, and man, I don't cut it, but I do somewhere. And that is just plain scary to be me. Woo!
Oh man, scary. Good, bad. One's a 4-letter word, the other's 3. Words. Words, yeah. Words. Punchline. Next up, we got, yeah, Eric Andre. You know, credit where credit is due. Yeah, that's Eric Andre. That's an Eric Andre joke. Erica, come on up here.
Come on, Erica!
The last person on the list. So this is too fun. I gotta get some of these for the whole audience.
We'll keep
We'll keep them all backstage. Good, bad. I'm the Overlord. Ha!
Something happened with the sweater.
Yeah, changed bodies.
Swap torsos.
Yes.
It was a long, arduous process.
Well, they were people's torsos.
I knew your torso looked different.
Oh no, we didn't swap our torsos. We
At
just
my torso.
swapped the torsos that we had.
Oh shit.
Help with the legs. I don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm an invalid and can't figure out how to stand.
Okay. Well, here's the first thing to do. Let me do it.
Oh shit. There it is. Hello.
No getting too close. Alright. You ready, love? Take it away.
I wrote this like about, I think it's been like a month or 2. And I don't know, I was feeling kind of broody. So I hope you guys like it. It's got enough beat to it. It's hard for me to be around people. I know they like me, but I feel so alone. I hear words across the room in my mind, twice the gist. Anything can sound bad, and all I hear is bullshit. I feel like my mind is broken. Like I'm going insane. It feels like everything is crumbling when it all stays the same. This is why I'm so soft-spoken, 'cause I'm constantly afraid. People make me nervous, my nerves start to fray. I forgot.
Let's keep going.
Nerves start to fray. Okay, I'm just gonna skip that part. I don't like people seeing me struggle. I don't like people seeing me cry. I don't like doing mode, and all I do is try. Don't wanna fuck things up, but that feels like a like everything is crumbling when it all stays the same. This is why I'm so soft-spoken, 'cause I'm constantly afraid. People make me nervous and my nerves start to fray. I'm sorry I'm like this, I'm trying to be brave. I know it's not real, but it's causing an ordeal. Everything feels bad and all I feel is sad. I don't know how to feel or how I should deal, it's maddening. I feel like my mind is broken, like I'm going insane. It feels like everything is crumbling when it all stays the same. This is why I'm so soft-spoken, 'cause I'm constantly afraid. People make me nervous and my nerves start to fray. I'm sorry I'm like this, I'm trying to be brave. Hey, hey.
Thank you.
What? Oh yes. Thank you.
Woo! Woo!
I'll take care of that part.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think we can all relate to that feeling. Oh, man. Anyway, so that's the end of the show. And I was gonna read well, first and foremost, before I fucking do anything, I want to give a big round of applause to all of the performers and everyone who made it to Alright, so, yeah, once again I am split between reading a personal poem called Have You Ever Been the Subject of Someone's Nightmares? And a poem, and a much scarier poem that's fucking awesome about a guy who makes a house out of not regular materials.
I want the clear cutting one.
Okay. Okay, wait. First up, people who want that one yell Bert. Bert. People who want the other one, just don't do anything. Just don't do anything. No, I'm kidding. Just I don't.
Just do
Bird.
I don't know, man.
Just do which one you want to do, James.
I don't know what I want.
It's what you're gonna do anyways, James. Do the one you want to do deep down inside.
All right, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close my eyes, and then I'm gonna open them, and then I'm gonna say
Poetry roulette.
Poetry Roulette. God, that website, I got banned from
That
that
one.
website.
Just read that one. Now. That's what you have to read. Read it.
I don't know.
That one. Read it.
New people can't tell me what to do. I'm sorry.
I'm
Not even
reading
regular.
Read it.
All right, okay, everyone. I'm gonna read Bertrand.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Bertrand, the clean cutter. A tow-headed little boy. Tow-headed. With thin blonde whiskers for eyebrows. Quietly playing with Lincoln logs. From a very young age, Bertrand had an internal need to create his own home. A stable place where there's always food. Many floors and many rooms, all with their own uses. It would be his palace. Bertrand Land. A place without bossy parents or mean kids. A happy place. Free from abuse and torment. 16 years old, Bertrand is thrown away and picks himself up, working for a lumber company, stacking pellets, imagining that dream house. Fate spoke a tale through a chainsaw. A hard-working man chopping down trees and stripping them of their bark. Every log a potential part of a giant house. Bertrand became a champion lumberjack, able to use a two-handed automatic bandsaw by himself. He did everything alone. Paul Bunyan, his foreman, would call him. All his co-workers called him something else. They called him Slow Bert because he never reacted, not once. If he did, it was always an awkward kind of laugh. On some occasions, Bertrand would stare at all of his crew, the big ones to the little ones, counting the limbs, estimating their size. In the backcountry, camped out on a homemade clearing, Bertrand would sometimes talk about his goals. The other guys did the same. In a cruder, less innocent way, they laughed at the simple-minded Bert. On the inside, Bertrand was doing mental math, estimating. How many trees are on this hill? How many less will there be tomorrow? What will he be doing when they all disappear? Cutting down trees, a healthy kind of aggression. It was the butchery of plant life, preparing supplies to be shipped and used, to build someone else's dream. Stinging thoughts, hornets of the heart. Someone else was going to build a big house for all their friends and family. All of that lumber would be misused by dispassionate people. Bertrand bottled up all that hatred until one day, 40 acres of second growth forest gone, 10 more to go. Winter arrived with heavy snow. Bertrand had woken up early and began his daily routine, putting on the thick leather apron, filthy black overalls, and his wood cleats. No jacket. The other men took half an hour to an hour to wake up, eat breakfast, and begin work. Bertrand never ate breakfast. It was a distraction. Pain was good. It showed dedication. Bertrand wandered off into the snow, a vision in front of him, a trail paved in brick. Led Bertrand to get lost. Ha ha ha! Every week it happens! Ha ha ha! Not fucking funny. Awesome. Bertrand, paved in brick, led Bertrand to get lost with nothing but his chainsaw. Days went by. A search party came and left. Bertrand was declared dead from hypothermia, and starvation. 1 week goes by, and every night the crew could hear stomping and what sounded like a chainsaw, until one morning, Bertrand returned. Half the fingers on his left hand went missing, frostbitten and consumed, more than likely. Bertrand was growling, angry movements, a chainsaw that should be running on empty, roaring in his one good hand. The dream was about to come true. People have many bones, thick bodies. Cut them into strips and begin the foundation. Bertrand killed 30 men. Nobody had the strength to fight back. They tried and failed. Rumors began to spread of a house somewhere in the mountains, a house made from the dead. All records of the deceased had mysteriously vanished. Supernatural wishes were coming true. It is said Bertrand is still looking for people to add to his dream house. Bertrand Land is a truly rotten and despicable place. Now he preys on campers. He shoved sticks in his eyes after realizing his crimes. Wandering blind, chainsaw in hand, skin blue and bloated. His saw can cut through anything, including space and time. Once he was seen in a city park slicing through tree huggers, protecting an ancient apple tree. Bertrand is always building. He has all the time. Nowhere with foliage is safe. As the stories of him grow more and more, his castle of flesh grows larger. Satan himself delivered a prize in return for a small space to keep a few lost souls in the basement. Do not go seeking this wretched place. It will find you in the cold. Bertrand will welcome you in with a toothy grin. After that, you don't leave. You become a piece of his dream, a chandelier of skulls, a chimney from bone, soft, fleshy floors, furniture that crawled on 4 legs in the morning, walked on 2 during the day, and 3 at night. Bertrand is no myth. He still lives. Do you have time for a bedtime story? This is not something you should read before you rest, for even the thought of his name is power enough to bring him into your world. Bertrand lives forever.
Damn it, Bertrand!
All right. Yeah, I like that. This was a good night. Thank you all so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. I was super sad earlier today, and now I'm not.
Yay.
God. Now, maybe I'll read the personal poem another time. I never fucking read those. You know, but that one's a lot less funny. And if people were laughing at it, I probably wouldn't like that very much. You know? How would you feel? You're like talking about your feelings and people are like, makes you feel a little crazy, doesn't it?
A little crazy.
Well, I'm crazy as fuck. And this has been Page 2 Poetry. I will be back next week. Hopefully you will too. Bye-bye.
I just read myself a